Busher, your pole sitter and early leader of this race, is back to the 6th spot. Justin Marks 7th, Patrick Sheltra 8th, Ricky Carmichael is 9th, and Steve Arpin rounding out our top 10.
That 51 car really surprised me, Phil. I thought he would drive to the outside and go right by these guys and get
problems.
No. At the
over and over, it's the 06 of Barry Fitzgerald, and he comes to a stop.
He's already taken the window net down.
Yeah, that was coming out of turn number 2, I believe.
Yeah, it is. You see him moving around in there. That's a good sign. It looks like he's trying to get unbuckled.
Safety crews to him quickly.
Why are these cars turning over today? Every time you look around, there's a car turning over.
And this one was sideways until it got into the grass, and then around it went.
Watch top of your screen. The green and black car, that's Barry Fitzgerald. It gets a little bit loose. Slides off the racetrack and just turns around backwards the wrong way.
These cars are the way they're set up. When they go on the left side like that, it's just almost they turn over. It's the way the cars are set up.
A violent ride for Barry Fitzgerald in that 06.
There's another view coming off turn 2. You know, and he wasn't in the grass. He was already flipping before he got to the grass right there. So it wasn't a situation where the unevenness of the grass.
No, but when it hit the grass, it did a whole lot more bucking around. I can tell you, the grass is rough, man.
5 times that car did a tumble. Again, if you're just joining us for NASCAR race day at the bottom of the hour, that will be coming up next. We have 21 laps to go in this one. The safety crew is attending to Barry Fitzgerald. We'll be back.
Around like they are. This older style car, like the Arca Series still runs. We didn't do it when we raced them. I mean, this is something that just has caught on in the last couple of years. So,
upside down, over and over, the 83 of Mike Afrano. A big wreck coming out of turn number 4. Into the grass he goes. Another car sliding by.
That's James Hilton in the 48 car.
Rolling numerous times, the 83 of Mike Afrano.
That was one of the more vicious wrecks I've seen in a while here at Talladega.
And on its side now as the caution has come out.
See the air cleaner laying right here on the infield grass.
So the safety crews will immediately get out to that race car and driver. We're seeing him come to the car right now.
It doesn't look like there's a right rear tire. I don't know if maybe it went down or it came off during the.
It looked like it came off in the flips that it was doing, or the tumbling that it was doing. And
maybe just the inner liner that's left. See a lot of debris here.
Yeah,
these guys are really going to have to be careful. We'll see if the Arca Racing officials may send these guys down pit road, possibly.
Sometimes when there's a lot of debris on the racetrack, they'll take the pace car down pit road.
And it's pretty much all the way across. They are going to take them down pit road. I think that's a great move by the officials. Give them up. There's the carcass of the tire right there by the ambulance that we were talking about, off the right rear of that car.
This is a situation where the safety crews will immediately attend to the driver, make sure the driver's okay before they think about rolling that car over.
They actually practice rolling cars over. They have it looks like they have some tether of some sort that they will use to possibly roll that car over.
Right now the biggest struggle he's going through is those seatbelts are on. Obviously you don't want to crack those seatbelts being upside down. The other thing is am I okay? You know, is everything working?
Right.
I don't want to move if I'm not okay. And those safety workers are really good. They're trained really well. So they're going to get him all, make sure he's really good, make sure he's comfortable before they flip that thing over.
Of the people that have put the effort and time into the safety initiatives, that after that violent of a roll, that he's able to climb out and will walk to the ambulance. Let's take a look at what happened coming out of turn 4.
See him right in the middle of our screen there. He may get a little contact from behind. He gets a little contact from behind. Is that Zach Ralston behind him and just turns him in towards the outside wall? You see the tire carcass flying out. Let's watch that engine there. You see the
slam down to the ground.
Now the engine's already pretty much loose. There's the spring sliding out around the racetrack.
There's that fire we talk about, but it was immediately extinguished.
This is Zach Ralston, the 9. He lifts the back end of that car up, turns it into the outside wall. He already starts tumbling about the time it hit that outside wall.
It looked like the two guys in front of him there, we were talking about real estate earlier, got a little bit too close, and you know, he may have lifted ever so slightly. When you do that, the guy hits you from behind. Obviously, once the rear tires are off the ground, you're not any movement on that wheel is going to turn you that direction, and unfortunately turned him head on into the outside wall, and over he went.
And remember, it's the landings that are violent.
Yeah, flying through the air, I do that.
Yeah.
It's
wow.
That,
Look how high that tire got up above the car.
He's probably glad this is one ride in his life that's over. I mean, you know, when it's all said and done, you don't see many like that anymore, and that was really safe.
We're going to take a look at it
safe.
at about 200 miles an hour here.
It looked like when he got turned into the outside wall, the left front tire dug in before he even got to the wall.
It was Lofton that got into the side of that 52. And up and over he went. But just before we saw that, it looked as though Mason Mitchell in the 6 was slow on the racetrack, maybe saw the 52 sliding.
You see the 52 is around sideways. He tried to exit the corner high coming off turn number 2. Lost a little bit of rear grip. Got sideways, and here's the contact with the 16 of Matt Lofton.
Chad Hockenbraugh trying to stay out of that inside wall, and then a little contact late with Matt Lofton in the 16 tears the left rear quarter panel off.
You see Chad, he just wiggled a little bit, then got his right sides up where nobody had gone, and it was just the impact from Matt Lofton's car that turned that car over.
And that was right in the driver's side door, so great to see Chad Boat climb out of that car and walk away, as we also were able to take a look at Matt Lofton. Incredible at the speeds that these cars are traveling.
He's going to look to the outside of that 07.
Poor Corey got a good run through the center of the corner from the bottom, but Sam Hunt's in his way.
Little lap traffic's going to cause a pick for Corey LaJoie. He has to check up. Larson goes by for that position.
Larson looks to the bottom. Oh, trouble on the backstretch. We have a car sliding down the backstretch upside down.
I think that's the 26 of Dylan. Sure enough, 26 of Dylan Presnell upside down on the backstretch.
Wow, you see a little bit of fire, probably knocked the carburetor off the engine there.
And safety crews will immediately get to that race car and make sure that Dylan Presnell gets out of there okay. And Chase Elliott made his
dust himself off a little bit. That's great to see.
So Dylan Presnell, a wild ride here at Rockingham, upside down, down the backstretch, slid almost the entire backstretch.
Sure did. You see him look back as we watch a replay here. There's Arteaga, the 8 cars you mentioned, right at the inside wall.
Cleanup continues when we come back. Less than 20 laps remaining in the 2012 season.
Remaining. Green is back out at Kern. Whoa, in trouble in the middle of the pack.
Drew Landauer there is involved. Oh, 14 goes over there.
Matt Levine on his lid in the 14 car as he rolled over the top of Blaine Perkins in the 21. And that was like a delayed reaction there, Parker.
Yeah, that's just one of those things. Sometimes you maybe feel like you've even been through the wreck, and then another car just comes up in front of you out of nowhere, and next thing you know, you're launching off them like a ramp. That was one of the weirder things I've seen happen on a restart in my career.
NASCAR displaying the red flag, and you see the window net coming down. Matt's unhooked himself from his safety harness, and not a comfortable way to get out of a race car, but glad to see him climbing right out of it.
Yeah, I've actually been upside down in a race car before, and normally you just sit there waiting for the safety car.
Right there is important to see the driver up and okay. Now let's see. The restart line is right there. The second one is actually the restart line, and the bottom line, Parker, goes, but the top line, which is the control line, really doesn't.
Yeah, I got to think Partridge maybe jumped a little bit, and Gillen was caught off guard. When you see what happens here is that when they have that bottleneck, the 54 gets turned by the 14.
Hard into the wall. And it looks like the 33 of Fontaine is
on his
on
side.
his lid now.
See Bobby Gerhardt also involved.
Gerhardt in the 5. And we are under caution with 5 to go at Daytona.
Looked like there might have been some contact there, and that got the 58 of Clint King, I think, into Justin Fontaine's 33 car. Cody Robaugh, Bobby Gerhart came along with absolutely nowhere to go. You see Derek Lancaster gets into the outside wall right in front of them.
And Justin Fontaine took a big head-on hit.
See right side of your screen, look at the green car. They're just in there pushing and shoving, drafting. Looked like it really got into the 7 of Cody Robaugh, and that got him into Justin Fontaine. But again, nothing these drivers could do. They're just along for the ride right here.
When they're running this close, it's one thing when you're going down the backstretch in a straight line. How difficult is that to do when you're all hooked up nose to tail and coming through that little kink in the trioval?
There's a 55, Noah Gregson, his on board. Watch out to his left side of his window. You see the green car get a little bit of a bump. He gets into 7, and that puts the 7 up into the outside line where he makes contact. It's very difficult, though, Kevin, in answer to your question, because these cars jump around at best, and you've got somebody just inches away from you, both front, back, and on your side.